How important to play well tonight, especially going on the road and what's happened the past couple of games, get things settled again and move on?
Important to play well every night, yeah, but certainly we'd like to have a response. We had a good start last game and we were on our way, but obviously don't get the results and don't play through the game the way we need to. So we want to get on track here today. We've got a Chicago team that's been playing good hockey. They're 9-5 or something like that since the coaching change, and defensively doing a lot of really good things. We got them number one in the NHL in goals against since the coaching change at 5-on-5. So there's things in here that we've got to be prepared for and be sharp with.
You're playing a team that likes to muck it up and keep it low event. Does that change what you do, or you just have to kind of overpower them?
Yeah, it's just the only thing that would change, I guess, is just an added focus on making sure that we're taking the initiative to get on the inside, get the puck to the net, and those kind of things. And that's something we've been talking a lot about over the last month or so. So it plays right into what we've discussed, but certainly they're going to make it more challenging. They're defending very well on the rush, not giving up virtually anything off of the rush, and forcing you to beat them in their D zone and protecting their goaltenders really well. So that's what we've got to play our way through. But at the same time, of course, we've got to make sure that we're not giving things up. They've got game breakers offensively if we're going to give things up on the rush like we have been here of late. So we've got to make sure that we've got that fixed and those holes all patched up tonight and win the special teams battle.
Peter came in here, signed a 3-year contract, pretty high hopes. How do you think he's handled the fact that he's already had 2 setbacks and it just hasn't gone for him yet?
He's handled it well in terms of his energy that he's brought every day and the work that he's put in to get back healthy. And, he agrees to go down and play the American League, to get that game in. And, he's doing all the right things to get himself on track here. So, he's healthy now and he's excited to play. So, we're obviously hoping that we're past the injuries here and we can build some momentum with him.
What can this do for Jack? He was pretty hard on himself after last game again. If Mrazek is able to keep playing, what can it do for Campbell?
Well, obviously, coming into the season, the intent was to, not to play Jack as much as we have. So there's the workload piece of it, but there's also having a veteran NHL goaltender to partner with him every day and be with him in practice and be with him in games. I think that gives him that support there, somebody to talk to, all those kind of things I think are helpful. And then of course they should be pushing each other and challenging each other for the net each day. What's happened is that Peter hasn't played very much all season, obviously, and then Jack has taken the ball and absolutely run with it. So, we've built even more confidence than we had in Jack even coming into the season, and he himself has got great confidence and great expectations for himself. So that's worked out positively, but we do need to get another guy here to be partnered with him, and keeping Peter healthy is an important piece of that.
Jack will back up today?
Sorry?
Jack will back up today?
Yeah, he will, yeah. Yeah, Joe will go back to the Marlies and join them on their road trip here today.
How well do you know Derek King? Yet another guy who coached the Marlies, and obviously you crossed paths with him a few times in the AHL.
Yeah, I don't know him at all, but is another guy that's spent a great deal of time in the American League at that level and has worked his way up to being a head coach at the AHL level, and then now getting a chance in the NHL. And I've known Jeremy Gallatin really well. And he's a guy that worked his way to that position, and just it's unfortunate what happened there, but to see another guy that's come up to the AHL and put his time in, it's a good thing.
What are you emphasizing now to kind of cut down on some of those rush chances that maybe you've been giving up more lately?
Yeah, well, like I was talking about yesterday, it's really connected to how we've played offensively. A lot of their odd man rushes are directly related to turnovers through the neutral zone or on entries. When that happens, you don't even get a chance to defend. So it's not even necessarily our defensive play that I'm looking at in a lot of cases, because when you turn the puck over, you can't defend because you don't have any structure, right? You're on offense, you're going one way, and all of a sudden the puck's gone the other way. There's no semblance of defense there. So important that we take care of the puck better. And when we've gone well through November, that was a real strength of ours. And the other piece is just in the offensive zone. At times, while we're on offense, we've lost our structure a little bit, lose F3 and give up too much space, and then that leads to odd man rushes. So both of those are offensive events. And in many cases, they're events that are happening from our forwards. And like we talked about earlier in the season, our forwards got to support our D a whole lot better without the puck. But even with the puck, they got to help. They got to make sure they're taking care of our defense too. So those are areas that have slipped for us here in the last few games. And we've got to get it back quickly.
Do you have a thought on Curtis Gabriel, what you learned about him in camp and why things didn't work out here?
Good guy, works hard, really commits himself to his craft. Thought he had a good camp and good preseason with us, but reality is he's a guy was always going to have to work his way through. He doesn't have a great deal of experience playing at the NHL level. He's not an established NHL player, so it was going to be a battle for him to get through. And we've, for the most part, remained healthy. At forward, you look at the guy like Wayne Simmons has maintained his health and has played well for us. So those kind of things are going to make it tough for Curtis. But he had a good camp and did good with his opportunity that he had with us. But there was other guys that just simply were ahead of him, and then the same when he goes down with the Marlies, there's other guys that just were ahead of him. So it's a good chance for him to go to another organization and look to establish himself.
Did you see Joey Anderson's hat trick last night? Any highlights, or at least
I did see a few of the highlights. Great to see for him. Not a surprise that he would go down and have the right attitude and want to make a statement early, and that he's a meaningful guy for their team, but also that he's not going to mope or pout. That he's gone down, and someone like Steve's as an example has come up, and that's great to see. That's what you want when guys go down, is that they make it clear that that they should be taken seriously, and that they've taken the experience they've had here and used it as a booster for them going down, rather than something where they go down and feel sorry for themselves or whatever. But no surprise, because that's what Joey's all about.
Look at the other end of the ice with a guy like Fleury in net, just got his 500th win, likely a future Hall of Famer. How does having a goalie like that in net affect preparation? Do you say anything different or prepare any differently for a goalie of that caliber?
I don't think so. We try not to focus too much on the goaltenders. There's a lot of different things you gotta do before you get to the goalie. But, we put together our pre-scouts. I don't know if he's the guy we're going to see tonight or not, but obviously I think when you look at what we're focused on here tonight is just the way their team is defended, and they've taken a more conservative approach to their play, and that's protected their goaltenders and given everybody a chance. But certainly, reference to Fleury, he's really done everything there is to do in the league throughout his time, and the fact that he's still going and has got the energy and passion that he has. I don't know him at all, but just as an observer like everybody else, that's what you see and appreciate about his game. And I know he had a milestone the other night there that the team celebrated and everything, and those things are great to see for players that have such longevity.